Morning, lovely people. This is yours truly. Let's have this quick conversation as I drive to my destination. I believe your day has started very well, and you have started and kick off the week with good vibes. Yep, I'm on a good vibe. I'm on a roll. The only thing is that yesterday we had a disruption where AWS systems went off, so it's brought the internet to a standstill. So we couldn't do much in the classroom because everything we had is online. So we had to go the paper way. We had to go the paper way, which was fun for a lot of us, but because we have a lot of arsenals in our backyard, so it's easy for you to switch when the internet of things are not working. So one thing I will always tell teachers in the US is that always have backups, PDFs, worksheets, sign up to platforms. There are platforms I've signed up to that I don't regret as a teacher. They are paid platforms. My district does not sign up to those ones, but I personally have signed up and I pay every month, or I pay yearly subscriptions. And these platforms comes in handy. I'm able to download worksheets on any topic. If you are teaching calculus, if you are teaching osmosis, you are teaching digestive system, whatever you are teaching algebra, you can have countless worksheets on any topic that you want. Well arranged. All you need to do is print out and give to your students when the internet of things go wrong. So we had this whole thing. I mean, AWS shut down half of Europe, and almost most platforms in the US were not working as well. And if you know AWS, you know it's for Amazon, right? Yeah. So we had that disruption, but it was good. It was good. The kids were back to the paper and pencil kind of work, and some of them enjoyed it. Some of them, they don't want to, but it's okay. Yeah. So sign up. There are so many platforms, worksheets.com, pdf.com. I mean, so many websites. Download the stuff that you are doing for the semester. Have backups. So when you get to the classroom and there are things that change, schedules change, you are like, okay, today I don't know what to do. Print out some worksheet. Okay, guys, we are doing this. We are working on this today. 10 questions, 5 questions. Let them work through it. You guide them. You do your teaching. You are gone. All right? Don't be found wanting when you have little disruptions. That does not make you ready. You need to be ready at all times. Okay? I know for people who are not in a tech-dominated school system, who will be like, oh, as for us, we don't have problems with that because, after all, we don't need those things to work. For us, we work every day as we go. Yes, but it is an encouragement and admonishing and whatever you want to think about it to do that. Okay? Today we will have a little dive into a little theory. What we have read in education as the self-determination theory, right? By, is it Dosey and Ryan or something? I mean, those of you who remember your education, you can remind me. Yeah, the self-determination theory basically has two components. It has two components. They have the autonomous motivation, and we have the controlled motivation, right? And these things are well embedded in research. In fact, it is inherent in our human life by itself, but research and science has also delved into it. And researchers have come out with all these things. Sometimes you ask yourself that you do things, right? We are all humans, right? We do things that nobody asks us to do. There are times you get up, you say, okay, let me get this thing done. You were not asked to do it. That is what? Autonomous, right? It is inherent. But there are other times you do things based on what? External motivations. Yes, based on external motivation. And it is good you are able to distinguish between the times that you felt compelled to do the thing and times that you felt, okay, this is it. I need to do this by myself. I don't need anyone to tell me. There are times our parents will have to be on us to do this. There are times as a teacher will give you good morning. There are times as a teacher, you have to be on your students to get things done. There are times that they themselves will come up with you, Mr. Oh, I got all my assignment done. I'm good. I'm all caught up. I'm blah, blah, blah. It's there. You don't need to do anything. But these two things are a key component of every education system or every teacher's classroom. Yes, you may try to downplay it. You may try to kind of, put light weight on it. You don't really put any relevance on it, but it is there and it works because these are embedded in what? In research. What is autonomous motivation? Autonomous motivation is basically intrinsic motivation. I know somebody will say, what is autonomous motivation and controlled motivation? These are all just words, researchers use. Autonomous is when it is inherent, it is intrinsic, it is within you, so you are self-motivated to do things. The controlled, or what we normally call, educators normally call extrinsic motivation, is when there is a reward system or there is something that prompts you to do it. Okay, so on a normal day, you wouldn't have done it, but because of a promised reward or because of an envisaged outcome, you are like, okay, I'll do it. Right? Now, it is one component that a lot of teachers downplay. Yes, a lot of teachers downplay, especially growing up in Africa, going to school. Our teachers will hardly, on rare occasions, rely on controlled motivation. No, they don't. Every African child is automatically motivated to study. Yes, we are automatically motivated to do what? To study. By default, it is built into us, it is inherent, and we feel compelled to study, to learn. So on rare occasions, do you need your teachers or your supervisors to actually compel you to do what you are supposed to do? I use the word compel in an educational context. Is that okay? I use the word compelled. Now, how many of us were compelled or were motivated in a controlled manner or by our teachers to do this? Most people on this platform or listening to me or watching me will say no, they were never compelled or they were never motivated to do anything while they were in school. Because it is not part of our culture. Our culture is that, yes, you must go to school, you must succeed, and you must get out, and you must get a good job. So, and for us, most part of Africa, growing up, the easiest and the fastest way out of poverty was education. That is how it's been for a long time. Until things have changed, industrialization has come, and we have seen that, and social media too has come, and we say, okay, there are other ways out of poverty other than just education. But for us, and for those kids who were born in the 70s, the 60s, the 50s, the 80s, even the 90s, all we grew up understanding and knowing is that, hey, if you want to get out of this maze of poverty, get education. All right? But today, in today's world, we have understood, or we have come to understand that getting out of poverty does not necessarily need education. Number one. Number two, education is not necessarily the panacea or the only way out of what? That. And again, it is not the main reason for education. Getting out of poverty should not be the main reason out of what? For education. Education has its own benefits. A lot of them. We can talk about that another time. But education is good. I always tell people. Recently, Jikwashi made a post on Facebook, and was talking about the fact that education is good. People were downplaying the fact that a lot of people went to the law school, and there was this particular media personality where people were trolling her because they didn't know she was going to the law school, and she passed out and everything, and and people were kind of throwing negative trolls. And he made a point, said, look, education is very important. Until you experience it in a different dimension, you will not know. You will think you are looking for means out of poverty, but having the education alone is a big deal. It is a big deal. You understand? A very big deal. It opens your understanding to things. It makes you see things differently. You analyze things. You argue differently. You even respond to different cultures differently. Look, education has its 1,001 benefits. Not only a way out of poverty, right? So let's put that aside. Now, beyond that, our teachers never motivated us. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it is 1 out of 10 teacher that will motivate you extrinsically. Yes. They will not give you anything. There's no reward system that pushes you to go extra mile. So you realize that some of our colleagues that went to different kind of schools, those that we call international schools, where the teachers understood some of these, things embedded in research. Apart from having the intrinsic motivation from home, where your parents have already warned you sternly with that stern face. If you don't know and you fail and you come here, hey. So the fear of failing or failure itself is already a motivation. These teachers understand that external motivation helps. So they have all kind of reward system. All right. So those of us who finish early will get candy. Those of us who finish this work in a record time, you get extra grade. You are using all kind of means. All kinds. Anything that your students like. You are the teacher. You know your students. You have been with them. You have studied them. You understand them. If you are a teacher and you don't know any of these things, you are in trouble. If you don't understand your students, you don't know the kind of students they are, you cannot predict them, then you are in trouble. But I know students in my class that within a short time, because we've done this for some time now, within a short time, when they come to me, I know, oh, okay, this one, it doesn't like coming to school on Mondays and Tuesdays. I'll see her on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. In fact, it is Wednesday and Thursday that I'll see her. So I know that they have patterns. And they show us the patterns. So as soon as they move out of the pattern, you're like, hello. Say, hey, Kay, you are here today? Everyone gets surprised. I have students in my class that when they do something, everyone is like, Mr. O, that boy is tripping, man. What is, it's like they are moving out of their pattern. So you as a teacher should learn. In fact, you have to learn the characteristics of your students. Understand them. Yes, you have to understand them. Know what they want, know how they behave, know what ticks them off. So, this student, she is not the autonomous kind of human being. She is not intrinsically motivated by itself. She needs an external push. There are people who need the validation of you, the teacher, in order for them to do work. You need the validation. So if the teacher says, oh, hey, Kay, you are doing very well. Keep it up. Hey, yes, that is good. Even though they are getting it wrong, I say, okay, all right. So you see, you got everything right, but I think you missed this step. Oh, Mr. Oh, yeah, I got it. Okay, so that is the only thing you missed. But beyond that, everything is good. That everything is good to that student, just missing one step is a big motivation enough, because out of 10, she got 9 steps. That is a 90. For them, that is a pass. They are like, Mr. Oh, I'm done. I have students who take exams, who take tests in my class, and they're like, Mr. Oh, I got a 70. I'm like, take it again. You can get a 90. You can get 100. They look at me and they think I'm tripping. They're like, hey, Mr. O, this is a passing grade. 70 is a passing grade, right? I said, yes. So why do I need 100? Then I said, okay, if you are able to push it to 100, I'll give you this, or I'll give you an extra grade on the other test that you are failing. Mr. O, you for real? I said, yes, I'm for real. Then they get in there, they get to the 100. Mr. O, I'm done. Okay, let's go to that test. Because that test is an albatross on the student's neck. He or she doesn't want to do that test. So because I have offered an external or a controlled motivation, he or she is now fired up that, oh, okay, I think I can do this. You see? So I got him to do a work that he doesn't want to do based on a promise on a different work. You see? If you are a teacher in anywhere in the world and you don't have that understanding of the place or the essence of external or controlled motivation, then you are in a big trouble. You are doing a disservice to your students because they will grow up in life not understanding some of these things. You understand? And they'll be shocked when it's offered to them. I have students who left Ghana and came to places like the US and the UK, and they called me and, Mr. O, you guys were not helping. Because these students were trailing classes in Ghana, but they got here, they are heading the class, they are the first, they are getting all A's, they are getting all B's. And they're like, you don't mean it. Me? I'm that good? So why were they making me look like I was good for nothing? It's because of the culture. It's because of how we were oriented. It's the way of our education system. We don't motivate. Even if the student is, taking a step, we don't. You got it wrong. It's wrong. How can you challenge me? But trust me, that student may not be challenging you because that student feels, hey, it is 10 steps. I've done 8. That is correct. It's only the final answer or the substitution that was wrong. Why do you punish me for that? Why can't you grade me for all the effort I've put into other steps? You see, that is why I had a problem with the kind of assessment system that we operate back home in Africa, because it seemed to be very punitive in nature. Yes, it seemed to be very punitive in nature, where everybody gets punished based on a certain standard. Yes, I've talked about standardized testing and assessment. I've talked about all kind of things in the past. I have videos on that. You can check it out. But I have also understood, and I am still learning and still appreciate the fact that there is a place for standardized testing. And there is a place for a structured one where that gives students good motivation. You understand? That gives good students motivation to pursue and to push ahead. So they are not bundled with everyone and say, oh, you are a failure. As it stands, the moment you fail 2-3 subjects in the accepted standardized test that we have in the West Africa, what you call the WASI, you are considered, done. You find it difficult to progress. There is no pathways for you. Yes, there is no pathways for you, which is very difficult for me to understand. But if you come to this part of the world, even that student is a D student. That student is like an F student in your class. But he or she has a lot of pathways available to them. Yes, he has a lot of pathways available to them. So they don't stress about, what am I going to do? And I'm not going to college. Hey, see, if I don't go to college, my life has ended. If I don't, no, there is military, there is police. They don't struggle. They are begging them. These institutions are begging them. There is fire service. All these security forces will come to our schools. Even this year, they'll be coming. They come to our school every semester. They have recruiters who come to motivate them, show them what they can offer to these kids. So the fact that you are not good for college or you are not academically good, oh, well, you are good for carpentry. You can do this. You can go to war. You can go to the army. And they go to the army, and most of them, once they finish their first training, they are fired up and they say, Mr. Oh, I think I can go back to college. Yes. You listen to their story, they're like, it is the army that got me to go back to school. Because now they have found a purpose, they have found a motivation, something has been sparked in them that at least they are not a trash. You know what I mean? They cannot be condemned that, oh, for you, teacher Kofi, because you failed chemistry, you are good for nothing. Look, I failed chemistry. I wrote it in OFDEC, I got a D. So the first time you got an E. The second time, you got an F. Or you still get a D. So at the end of the day, you realize that chemistry is not your thing. Yo, I did science, but chemistry is not my thing. Then I found purpose in what? In physics and in mathematics. Which has brought me where I am now. If we had career counselors that could tell us that, hey, yes, you are not good in it, but I can see that you are very good in art. And with art, if you combine it with a little IT, you can be an architect. You can be drawing plans for people. You can do this. You can go into design. You can go into urban design. People are making millions designing cities and designing communities for countries. Yes, that is how hot it is. Combined with the IT, you understand the structure, you understand art, design, whatever. They combine all these forces and they are up there. You understand it? So for us, we discredited, and teachers, I had teachers who tell you, why do I have to motivate you to do this thing? Because you are supposed to do it. You are here to learn. And they come with that same attitude to the US, and they are struggling in their classroom. You know why? Because they don't want to accept the fact that extrinsic motivation is a key component in the management of classroom disruptions. It is key component in classroom management. Yes, it is not like something you should do all the time, but it is a key component in this part of the world. Most of these students grew up not looking up to anybody. Most of these students grew up not understanding what it means to go to school. They feel they are being compelled because here, legally, if you are not in school, if you are supposed to be in school, your parents could be jailed. Yes, your parents could be sent to court. I've had students, I have students on my roster now, they've sent court orders to their houses. Yes, because if so long as that student is less than 18, less than 19, they are not adults, right? So by law, they are supposed to be in school. They are supposed to be in school. So if you as a parent, your child of school going age, that is not in school, you will be sent to court. You will be ordered to come and explain to the judge or to the magistrate or to whoever why your children that are supposed to be in school are not in school. It is against the law. So parents will make sure that you are in school. So long as you are of school going age, you must be in school. Yeah? You must be in school. That way, number one, they are they are okay. But think about it this way. So a lot of these students who come to us, not motivated in the first place. They tell you school is dumb. School is lame. That is the thing. Those are the things they say. They say, oh, Mr. O, education is lame, man. We don't need all this. Where am I going to use simultaneous equation? What am I going to use functions? Piecewise functions. Where am I going to use it? This calculus. What? Man, come on, man. Where am I going to use this? I'm going to work in Walmart. Where do I need this? But you see, it is your job as a teacher to find a way to keep them and then explain to them why they need that subject. They understand it. Connecting it to real life situations. Easy. Once you do that, your life becomes a bit easier for you. But if whatever you teach, you cannot connect it to whatever they are going to do out of your classroom, that is another disruptive field that you have, a seed that you have sown, because they don't want to come to your class in the first place. When it's time for maybe science, they don't want to come. When it's time for biology, they don't want to come. Say, man, I don't need biology. I want to be a mechanic. So why do I need biology? you have to make sure you explain to them that, okay, because you want to be a mechanic, there is a human part of it. So if you get hurt, this is what happens. When chemicals get contaminated with this is what happens. If you inhale these chemicals, this is what can happen to you. Your organs can start failing. That is why you need to understand the effect of these things on your human. You need to find a way to explain to them. Yes, you want to be a mechanic. I'm not against it. But you need that chemistry, you need that mathematics, you need that calculus to understand certain level of mechanic work. Are we good? Mr. Brown, you need to tell your students why they need that biology, why they need that science, why they need it. And if you need to motivate them extrinsically, motivate them. You know the motivation tactics. You know the things that takes them off. Grades. Extra grades. Yeah. The grades are not for your father. They are not for your mother. I've said it several times. Why are you being stingy with the grade? Why are you holding back the grade from the students? Why do you want to punish them when you assess them? Why do you use assessment as punishment for your students? Why do you want them to feel like you are the king? You are the boss of all bosses. So if you get one wrong, hey, you have failed the class. You have done it. I'll fail you. You will fail me. We hear students, teachers back then tell us that I'll fail you. You will fail me. Why do you think you hold the key to my future? And if you fail me, what do you get? We've had lecturers who told us that they'll fail us. We'll fail you. No. Here, you don't tell kids like that. In fact, number one, they'll sue you. You telling them that you fail them, they'll sue you. Because it's against the law. It means you have an intent. And in law, all they need is intent and the opportunity to commit a crime. So you have an intent to fail them, and you had opportunity and you failed them and they failed. So therefore, you'll be sued. And you will not even have an opportunity to even teach again. So you don't tell students that. You rather find a way to make sure they stay in your classroom. You motivate them. You push them. Some of them, yes, they're already boosted up. They're already motivated. The autonomous ones, they are very autonomous. They do things by themselves. They don't need to be told what to do. But there are occasions that even those ones, they need a little push. You need to like, you know what? For being so good, for doing your work on time, I'm going to give you an extra grade. So I'm going to boost your grade from a B to an A. Mr. O, really? For real? Come on, man. You are the man. You are the best teacher in the world. That's it. You become the best teacher right there. Just by giving them a grade. They are failing. They are on a D. And they say, Mr. O, man, I need a C, man. My probation officer is on my neck. And my mom is on me. You know, I need a C. I need to go to college. I need this scholarship. Okay, let's have a deal. Let's do this. Let's do this. Boom. You push that student from a D to a C. You are the best teacher in the world. No matter what anybody tells them, they don't care. You are the best teacher. So why are you being stingy with the grades? Why do you want to be stingy with little gifts? I give my students, look, I got to a point, right? I'm like, okay, every month, let's celebrate those who are celebrating their birthdays. So in the month of, let's say October, I have their roster, so I see everybody's birthday, right? And I say, okay, this month is this person's birthday. Sometimes I don't even tell them. I'll just surprise them, buy a gift card. Yeah, maybe Amazon or Walmart gift card. And they come, I give it to them, I let them sing for them, hey, happy birthday. And they get surprised. Maybe he or she has never been celebrated before. Or they don't even get it for people to tell them happy birthday and even sing for them or even give them a gift. So those are the things you can do. Okay? Let's adapt some of these things. Trust me. Your students will look at you differently. They will like, you are different. You know? And that is the essence of teaching. That is the essence of being a teacher. You need to make a difference in their lives. They leave you and they live without memory. They may not give you all the millions in the world, but they live without memory. Knowing that you have impacted a life, you have changed a life. That is the most thing. But don't let them come to you for you to punish them. Already they are going to punishment. I have students that are homeless, that are sleeping in shelters, and they come to you instead of finding a security, a comfort in your classroom. Now they're having to face another dilemma of what? being demotivated. No. Teachers, let us do better. Let us change our style. Don't be stingy with gifting. Don't be stingy with the grades. That is the most important thing. Make sure you give it to them. When you see the student in our local parlance, what do we say? We say what? Niofu be a piano and a piano, right? The one that is climbing a good tree, you give them a push. Literally, right? So if you see a student that is moving, what do? You give them a push. You don't use your arrogance because you think you know it, You think you know it. You see who is there. Hello, bros. You've forgotten that formula. Just accept that you've forgotten that formula. The student remembers and knows it and knows how to deliver it well. Let them do it. Why reinvent the wheel whilst you can let them teach their own colleagues? Peer teaching. Do you know it's part of teaching? Peer teaching. Where we students teach our own selves. We teach. That is why we do group learning. Right? They put that in groups so that we can learn from each other. So the one who is smart enough can teach the others who need help. Instead of just using that as punishment. You think you are smart, you are too known. You are too known. You can't come to this class and be talking to me anyhow and be doing anything. Me, if I have smart students in my class, my life is easier. You don't struggle. You have smart students in your class, you don't struggle. You are rather giving them higher level of learning. You are pushing them further. Yes, you are pushing them. Say, hey, okay, since you can do this, let's see what you can do this. Since you can do this, I'll push you. I even did one yesterday. I give them all of them, I give them the same worksheet. But there were students that I gave extra worksheet. I said, okay, these are 15 questions. Now that you are done with the first 5, go on to this. Mr. Oh man, why me alone? This? I say, yeah, everyone will get their turn. And by the time I turn around and say, Jack, they are done. Word problems. Students don't like word problems in math. But the motivation and they'll ask you, is it for extra grade? I say, yes. Okay, I'll do it. That's it. They walk to my class. Mr. Oh, can I have some chips? Oh yeah, you can have some chips. I have chips in my class. Not the chips that we are used to in Ghana. This one, when they say chips, is those, I'll show you one day. Do you have some crackers? I say, yeah, I got some crackers. Then I'll give them. You are the man. You are the bomb. You are the best in the world. You are finished. Having smart kids is a good thing. You don't struggle. You don't sweat. You don't talk too much because you know what to do. You can push them. You are driving them. But most teachers in Africa, rather, we see smart kids and we rather get angry because we are so mad at them that they know their stuff. And we cannot deal with it. Because we always want the dumb ones where we can exert our authority. We can enforce ourselves as the bosses of this world and the reciprocity of all wisdom. That is what we want to do. It was done to us, so we think we can do it to other people. It's time to change. All right? It's time to change. Let me pack and I'll read some few comments. Then I'll be on my way. So that we all... And this, let me see your comments. All right? This, every day I tell you, is a platform for all of us to learn. I don't hold out myself as the only one who knows it or no. Because I'm learning every day from the comment section as well. I read it, I get some insights. And we all apply it as we go along in our teaching and learning journey. So don't feel lazy to put the comments. Let me see your comments. Let's share. Let us all share ideas. Hey, boom. Okay, it's good. All right. Kay says, do you food? Man, I'm hungry. Do you have food? Yes, they ask you for food every day. They walk to your class every morning, Mr. Oh man, do you have some food? Even students that I don't teach, they come to my class for snacks. Okay? So something like this. See? I'm not doing advert for anybody. This is like some, yeah, those of you know, They come, They ask for snacks. I have some in the trunk, and you buy them. You make sure you give them. Students who I don't teach come to my class for food. Mr. O, do you have some food? I'm hungry, man. They have school lunch. They have school breakfast. But yet they will still want to come to you because they have that connection. So why demotivate them? Inform teachers, good morning. Elisha, Charles, morning. Anita, morning. I see all of you. Mr. Brown. So Kay says, God bless you. My SHS math teacher, Mr. O, Mr. R.O. Mensa, I used to fear math, but he made me love it. And it was so far the best subject since SHS. That is it. Those are the stories. Informed teacher says, we the teachers ourselves are depressed. Financially frustrated and overwhelmed by workloads, bad working conditions. So we don't get joy. Informed teachers. Maybe we'll do that discussion. We need to do that discussion, okay? As much as you want to motivate, you want to, give vibe, how does it... I think I've talked about some of these things in the past. You, the teacher, you must be in a good mental state. You must make sure that you are okay. So you need to take care of yourself. Don't take your depression to the classroom. Tagwanti says, let students feel love that you don't hate them. Yes, that's true. That's true. Let me see if I can read some more comments. I saw some comments. Kay says, Sokatwa. Yes, I'm teaching Sokatwa now. Trig ratios. Mr. Oh, man, what are we going to do with this thing, man? I said, yeah. When you think about music, rhythms, when you think about all those things, you can think of trig ratios, or you can think about trigonometry. Yeah. There's a lot of places you can use Sokatwa. But, they made it seem like just that. You go to the hospital, you see the sinusoidal waves on those hospital monitors. These are all trigonometry. These are all embedded in math. How do you even read those functions to understand that, oh, if it spikes beyond this, the person is lacking oxygen. If it spikes beyond, you should know the period. You should know. Oh, man, don't let me go into my trick this morning. Ibrahim, assalamu alaikum. Say, God bless you for always instilling hope in some of us. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being here. Mr. Boaben, I salute you, sir. Tag says, I failed English, although I wrote it again. Got a gentle pass. I'm teaching American kids. Oh, my goodness. Sometimes you have teachers that will make you not even want to learn the subject again, My first and last grading is the only reward system available. Okay, you need to change it. Your first and last, no, you need to change it, okay? You need to adapt. Evans, I see you. And Adams, I see you guys. I see everybody. I couldn't mention your name. If I didn't mention your name, forgive me. It's just that the people are too much. Elisha says, I have a lot of cookie and candy in my class. After giving them, they will say, you are the best teacher in the world. That is how it is, Once we give them some cookie, they will say, you are the best teacher in the world. And so it should be. You shouldn't be the worst teacher in the world, They shouldn't be angry coming to your class. All right, guys. So I'm going to leave you here. I think I've exhausted some of the comments. But please, Kay, change your style. Don't give only the first grading period and the last grading period as your motivation. No. Please, give them as they go along. Motivate them as they go along. All right? Never be stingy with marks. Thank you, informed teachers. Never be stingy with the marks. You cannot be stingy with the marks. After all, why? Is it for your father and your mother? I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a